Jeep voids warranty due to mud. What? Do you need to be concerned? Well, good morning, everybody. How are you today? And that's right, I've been seeing this story floating around, and it's getting some traction about Fiat Chrysler, or Jeep, voiding a warranty on a guy's Jeep Gladiator because he took it out mudding, and there was some damage caused by the mudding. Apparently, it ruined his axle, it ruined his alternator, it ruined his radiator, all kinds of things happened. And the thought is out there that that's unfair. So should you be concerned about that? Well, first of all, we don't know all the details of this, right? I mean, let's be honest. There are limitations to warranty. I mean, if you go out and purposely drive your Gladiator through a brick wall, it's probably not going to be covered. If you drive your Gladiator into the ocean, it's probably not going to be covered. I mean, after all, it's not a submergible vehicle, right? And I think the same thing applies to mud. You know, if you're out and you're driving around and you're in some, let's say, some heavy mud somewhere, right? And you drive your Jeep in and the mud, which of course is flooded with water most likely. That's kind of the definition of mud, right? Water and dirt. And it's up to the doors on your Jeep, or maybe even higher, then I'd say you're probably taking it into conditions where you're gonna start to risk your warranty, right? I mean, again, they're not going to cover everything. So it's interesting in looking at this story. Some of the verbiage kind of implies that the person that bought this had never planned to take it off-road anyway, or that was the excuse, because they had said that it came with mud tires that they didn't ask for. Now, I would ask, what are mud tires to begin with? I mean, I've got bigger tires on mine here. I don't know that I'd call them mud tires, but let's give them the benefit of the doubt. You know, a lot of dealerships out there will sell modded Jeeps with bigger tires and stuff, and maybe they did put some big old 37-inch mud tires on there. But again, back to the story, you know, this person supposedly, theoretically, claimed that they didn't even ask for mud tires, and that would imply to me that they really didn't have any thoughts or desires to go off-road. But the question begs then, why did they? Well, my guess is that, yeah, they probably did buy this Gladiator that did come with bigger mud tires. I don't think there's any argument there. That's pretty easy to prove. I mean, they have a window sticker that lists all of the options and things they paid for, right? So let's assume that it did come with bigger, more meaty mud tires, and they were a rookie. They really didn't ever plan on taking it off-road, and they didn't ask for these mud tires, although I'm not sure that they didn't. I mean, they did buy it with mud tires on it, supposedly, right? So in essence, they did ask for it because they paid to have them. But that argument aside, let's say that they got it, they're a rookie, and then one day, for some reason, they had an adventurous moment. Maybe there were some cocktails involved. I don't know the details, and I'm not saying that there were, but maybe they had a little courage, a little extra courage that day, and they decided that, well, since the Gladiator has these big old mud tires on it, they're going to take it out, right? They're going to run it through the dirt. Maybe a couple buddies were over or something. They're going to see what it can do. So they took this thing out and they ran it through some areas that maybe they weren't familiar with, that were a little deeper than they thought. Now, it sounded to me like the Jeep died somewhere, wherever they were, and they had to have it towed. It mentioned that they had it towed somewhere. And this first dealership denied warranty because they said that, in essence, it was used in extreme conditions and that it was flooded, which it very well could have been flooded. Again, if you're in deep mud holes, mud is water and dirt, right? So maybe they did. They had it in an area that, you know, was extreme. And I'm sure they probably admitted that because it sounds like they thought that it would be covered anyway, so it didn't really matter no matter what they did to it. But they ended up taking it to a second dealership, which did apparently repair some of the damage, and then there was some sort of a deductible. I think it was on the alternator, but since then they've developed further bigger problems. Batteries, auto stop failures, axle failures, I mean, you name it. Supposedly the thing locked up on the freeway or on the road somewhere and had some kind of control issue. I don't know. But when they went to that second dealership, apparently the first dealership noted it in such a way that warranty was denied. They said that their warranty with Fiat Chrysler was no longer good because of the flooding that supposedly happened when they took it out mudding. Now, that begs the question, what do we need to be concerned about? The normal driver, right? I mean, if you're obviously doing off-roading and things, you do need to be a little bit aware of the conditions that you're in and what you're risking when you're out, right? Again, in the beginning, I had mentioned that, yeah, you're not going to be covered if you drive your Jeep into the ocean. I mean, it's not a submarine, right? There are limitations, and I don't think that it's too much to ask that the owner might actually exercise a little bit of common sense and care when they're out driving their Gladiator around, right? I mean, you shouldn't take it into areas that are obviously going to damage it. You have to have a little bit of common sense. Now, we don't know the full story here, and I'm not asserting that they did anything wrong. Maybe they did, maybe they didn't. I wasn't there. I don't really know. But it just sounds a little fishy to me that, Fiat Chrysler would deny warranty on something that they should cover. Maybe I'm being a little optimistic there, but I have my doubts as to whether or not they exercised proper care and common sense when they took their Jeep out. Again, I wasn't there. I don't know. So I guess the moral of the story here is if you're going to take your Jeep Gladiator out into extreme conditions, just beware that if you go into anything that's too extreme, for instance, water or mud that can flood out your Gladiator, that you're probably going to have a warranty problem because they're not going to cover things that are, let's call it, negligent. You do have to exercise some care and common sense when you're out running around, or suffer the consequences of paying that repair bill yourself. Anyway, leave a comment. Let me know what you think. I'd be curious. I'm sure a lot of people out there are going to think that Fiat Chrysler should cover it no matter what. I don't know that I agree with that. Leave a comment. Let me know what you think. Also, real quick, if you're interested, check out my other channel. It is Rob Motive, all about my 2020 Toyota Tacoma here. And by the way, you Tacoma owners out there, you probably have to consider the same thing. Also, don't forget to click that notification bell so that you don't miss out on any upcoming videos. And do me a favor, smash that subscribe button on the way out. Thanks for watching. Stay safe out there. Bye.